Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about the concept of positive risk. Sometimes more likely because of the circumstances, and which we want to avoid at all kind of scenarios and not impact things that we are currently undertaking. So it can impact people, process, resources, and impact our schedules, impact time, money, budget, and so many things. So we've always had this concept of risk as something which is negative and needs to be kept at bay, and we should not be engaging in that kind of thing. So make sure that take all steps to mitigate or avoid risk. That's the concept that we have. But there is also this concept of a positive risk that has been introduced, is becoming very popular in a lot of industries as you do large scale architecture planning and involved in risk management and securing a business and doing a business design per se. So if you are in the realm of risk management, so positive event is things that are on the positive side of things. It may look positive, but if you don't handle that, there could be an inherent risk in that, because people have only seen they're not always been used to looking at the they've always ignored the happy parts and always focused on the unhappy parts, so which leads you to always looking at risk as negative. But sometimes risk can be positive. So let us say that you factored your licensing, your cloud licensing, your VMware instances, your container instances, and all the licensing to take care of 50,000 users. But your site sells good stuffs, and let us say it hit 1 million users, and suddenly you have this. It's a good scenario that your business is making money, but now you have an added risk that you have to factor for those licensing in the cloud issues which were not foreseen earlier, or perhaps load balancing is not being taken care of, or the load handling and the throughput is at an issue. So positive risk, if not handled, can very soon become a negative risk also. So that needs to be looked at. And at times, you could have you created a budget for your project, and then say you should finish the project in 3 months time, but you finished the project. You're still in the 4th or 5th month and still got 40% of the project remaining to be done. That's obviously negative risk. But let us say you factored it for 3 months and you finished it in 1.5 months, and now you have the risk of engaging your employees, sending them for training, for skills enhancement, and taking care of their bench times and so on. So that's a kind of risk that you're not foreseen. So this happens when you don't have a holistic perspective of risk. So the current risk frameworks look at including positive as well as negative risk. So this part of it is touched in SAPSA as well as in TOGAF when you are handling the risk at the security level. So that's why security initiatives at an enterprise architecture level are divided into enterprise security management and enterprise risk management. So under risk management you can have positive and negative. So if you are looking at risk holistically, then you need to consider positive risk as much as you consider the negative risk. So that is a quick tip here on what is positive risk. So there could be positive risk due to a lot of things at a business level. So there could be, at low attrition is a good to have thing, but the bad side is maybe to retain employees you need to give higher salaries, and because of the demand and supply kind of situation, and things like that. And sometimes if the inventory is well managed, that can also be looked at as a risk. So you're just getting enough items that are required for your next in the pipeline downstream activities to consume it, and if the push pull tension is not at an optimum, then that can really be looked at as a negative risk. So if you don't handle positive risk, it can very soon become a negative risk. So I get asked about this question in a couple of workshops. People like, okay, well then positive risk is also a risk. Yes, it will become a negative risk if you don't handle it, mitigate it. So there are various strategies around risk management that is there, applicable for negative as well as positive. So you can exploit the risk, you can share the risk, you can transfer the risk to somebody, and then you can accept the risk. Accepting means you don't do much about it. You stay put where you are with the risk and see what happens when it really strikes you. So here is a quick take on this. Do like, share, and subscribe this for many such information tidbits. Thank you very much.